And that is where we begin this morning. We have a live look over Coors Field where the Rockies home opener is finally here. But fans heading to today's game will need to bundle up as this one will be a cold one. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey Rose.
And I'm Jordan Chavez. Good morning, everybody. Gave us a great reason to turn the studio purple this morning.
No, it's fun.
Of course, we've got a lot to get to with the home opener and Coors Field celebrating its 30th anniversary. 9 News sports reporter John Treach is in the bullpen right now getting warmed up. He's going to be joining us on 9 News at 6 with what we can expect from this year's team.
But first at bat, we have our senior meteorologist Chris Bianchi, who is live at Coors Field for us right now. It is going to be a chilly one for fans.
You know, I'll tell you what, Corey and Jordan, just standing out here, granted I've only been here for about 10 minutes so far, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'm not trying to sell it. It's just not that bad. I thought it was going to be worse. I thought it was going to feel a little worse. So maybe there's that. Not that bad. There's the forecast. Well, on a serious note, it is going to be pretty chilly out there, no doubt about it, for opening day here at 20th and Blake. Temperatures right now in the low 30s. We're probably only going to top out in the upper 30s. We got a secondary cold front that's going to move through today. What that means is snow opening day here at 20th and Blake. Let's take a look outside right now here at downtown Denver. 31 degrees for us, and we've got those temperatures that are going to stay on the chilly side for the rest of the day today. But the radar, pretty quiet at the moment. You do look off to the north, though, and that's our next cold front. That's the one that's going to bring us some of that unsettled weather later on this morning. So today, just 39 for a high temperature. Average for today is 60, so brr indeed. And that game day forecast, well, it's not going to be warm. Again, snow opening day, flurries around. We're not going to be talking about, a snow-covered outfield or anything like that. I think they'll be able to play, but this will rank up there for one of the coldest Rockies home openers on record. Weather impact alert for today because of that snow, and in parts of the west metro area, could be talking about 6 inches plus of snow. I'll show you where coming up in my full forecast.
Chris, you look pretty chilly out there. I don't know. I think you're lying to us this morning. Chris, thank you so much. 5:03 is your time for those heading out the door, taking a live look from several of our CDOT cameras. Right now, I-70 and Loveland Pass, you can see we are seeing some slick road conditions out there and some snow on the right and the left shoulder. Here in the Denver metro area, I-25, 58th Avenue, I-70 and Brighton Boulevard, and then I-25 and Colorado Boulevard, you shouldn't see any issues. Traffic very light all across the Denver metro area. But let's talk about if you're going to the game. Let's switch things over to our main maps real quick. If you are going to the game, it is going to be busy in downtown Denver. Let me tell you right now, you're going to see a lot of traffic, a lot of delays. So the fun starts at 9 a.m. at McGregor Square. At noon, that's when gates open. 1:30 be in your seat, and then 2:10 is that first pitch. And just a quick heads up, if you are trying to park in that area going to the game later today, the main lots A and B, that's going to be a 10 to 15 minute walk to the stadium. C and E, gates C and E, those lots already sold out, so you won't be able to park there. There's a parking garage, and of course, use the rideshare services, maybe a scooter, maybe Uber, Lyft, all the good stuff that we see in downtown Denver. But again, there's going to be a lot of traffic and a lot of delays later this afternoon.
The heads up, Brianna. So with the cold and the snow here, the city and county of Denver is taking action. Starting at 1 this afternoon, the city says they will provide extra space at several front door shelters in the city. This will run until 11 tomorrow morning. Single men can head to the Denver Rescue Mission. Meanwhile, single women should go to the Samaritan House. Both shelters are on Lawrence Street. Families with kids and young adults up to 24 years old can go to Urban Peak off of South Tacoma Street.
Right now, Boulder police need your help identifying this suspect involved in an armed robbery on Saturday. Security cameras at the Circle K off of Arapahoe Avenue and 17th Street captured him walking into the store holding a knife or box cutter to the clerk's throat and stealing money from the register. Officials say that the suspect was wearing a white shirt, black jeans, a gray hat, and black sneakers. If you have any information on this robbery, you are asked to call Boulder Police. Their number is 303-441-1936.
This morning, the trial for a driver accused of hitting and killing Team USA cycling star Magnus White could go to the jury. Now, as reporter Courtney Yoon joins us live in studio now. And Courtney, that driver will take the stand for a second straight day.
Yes, that's right. Court resumes in just 3 hours. Yeva Smiljanska, the driver accused of hitting and killing 17-year-old Magnus White, took the stand to defend herself yesterday. She testified that accepting the fact she hit and killed White has been difficult. White was killed on Highway 119 in Boulder County in July 2020. 2023. Prosecutors say he was biking on the paved right shoulder on the right side of the solid white line when Smiljanska crashed into him. He was training for the World Championships at the time. Smiljanska claims she didn't recall hitting another vehicle or a person that day. She testified that when she learned what happened, she completely shut off. Smiljanska claims she was not drunk that morning, even though it was just hours after she was drinking and partying with a friend. That former friend and co-worker also testified, saying she was with Smiljanska the night before and into the morning hours before the crash. The friend claims she offered to let Smiljanska stay and sleep over or go with her to the bar where they worked, since the witness had a shift later that day. Smiljanska testified she didn't receive the offer to stay over. Phone records show Smiljanska texted the witness she was falling asleep and going home. Prosecutors argue on the drive from Longmont to Boulder, she fell asleep at the wheel and killed White. They've charged her with reckless vehicular homicide. The trial will resume at 8:30 this morning, and we'll be watching the proceedings, and we'll bring you updates as we get them. Live in studio, Courtney Yoon, 9 News.
Courtney, thank you. This morning, we are learning more about what happened inside the Edge at Lowry apartment in Aurora late last year, when more than a dozen people are accused of kidnapping and torturing a man and a woman who lived there. One of the suspects was in Arapahoe County Court yesterday. During that hearing, 2 Aurora police officers and a detective testified that the victims came home on the night of December 16th and found a crowd of people waiting for them, including about a dozen men holding guns. They said the men forced them into an apartment, bound their hands and feet, and held them there at gunpoint for more than 2 hours. They also said the man and the woman were tortured, including pistol whipping her in the head. Ultimately, the officers testified that the 2 were robbed and their apartment was ransacked before they were released. As for why this happened, the APD officers said the suspects were mad about a video the woman had filmed that someone else posted to TikTok. They said that person who posted the video was threatened earlier that week and as a result fled to Miami.
This morning, we are learning a fire that caused significant damage to a restaurant on Boulder's Pearl Street Mall was unintentional. Fire investigators made that announcement on Thursday. The fire burned inside a restaurant called Salt Monday night. Investigators say it started in the kitchen with some sort of equipment. No one was hurt, but the restaurant is currently closed because it sustained significant damage. It's not clear yet when they will be able to reopen.
RTD expects all of its trains will be running at full speed by next month. That'll be almost a year after the agency first started slowing them down. Last May, inspections based on updated standards found issues with miles of track. RTD says it had to slow down trains in some areas to 10 miles per hour until crews could repair them. The agency says since last June, they have removed and replaced nearly 2 miles of track and grinded more than 50 miles of rail to reduce the risk of cracks forming. As of this morning, 24 of last year's 29 speed restrictions have been lifted. RTD says 5 of the remaining restrictions only affect movement through track switches, so the impacts are minimal. The other is about 1 mile southbound between the Yale and Southmore stations.
This morning, we are getting a better look at the damage left behind after severe storms broke out in the central part of the country. This is a look in Arkansas, one of the many states hit hard. The National Weather Service issued nearly 300 tornado warnings across 15 states since Wednesday morning. More than 5 million people in Tennessee, Kentucky, Mississippi, and Arkansas were under a tornado watch Thursday evening. Dozens of tornadoes that managed to touch down destroyed property and left towns virtually unrecognizable.
It's hard to see it because, some of it, there's some that you find and then there's some that you're not going to find. And it'll drive you crazy trying to find it.
At least 7 people have died because of these storms. As some residents are dealing with the damage left behind, others are dealing with flash flooding in the coming days.